Why I love having zero leverage on my rental properties. That's today's video. Let's dive in. Zero leverage on your rental properties. That's what we're going to talk about today on the show. My name is Clayton Morris. Thank you so much for finding our video series. I'm a longtime real estate investor and founder of Morris Invest. The whole purpose of this channel is to help you take action, go out there, become a real estate investor, and we talk about buy and hold real estate here on the show for the purposes of creating passive income. And today, this is a sort of an age-old debate. Should I have leverage, meaning a bank loan on a property or private loan on a property, or no leverage at all, zero leverage? And you can make arguments either way. And I certainly have used loans in the past to purchase real estate. But today, I'm going to make the case for why I believe zero leverage, meaning owning that property's free and clear, is the way to go. It's the ultimate way to go. So we're going to lay out three key reasons why I love zero leverage on my real estate investments. All right, number one, and one of my favorite reasons, is legal protection. Now, I've got insurance on all of my rental properties, and you should know that when you have insurance on your properties, if you get sued, because you probably own them in a business, right? You probably own them in an LLC, and we've got a whole video series here, and you should click the card on the benefits of what legal entity you need to buy your real estate in. But so let's say you own it in an LLC, right, or an S Corp or a land trust or something like that, and one of your tenants slips and falls and decides to sue you. Well, with the insurance protection that you have on a property, you're pretty much protected. But you're even way more protected if you don't have a loan on the property. You're able to get much lower cost insurance vehicles on your properties without having a loan on the property. So if you own the property free and clear, then your insurance company is going to give you a great blanket coverage option for multiple properties. And it's going to be a much cheaper option for you than if you actually have a loan on the property. It's going to be costlier because now they're not only taking care of you as the owner of the property, they're taking care of the bank as the true owner of your property. So that's number one. You want to make sure, and you're going to be able to save on insurance and the legal protections for your rental property. Number two on my list is perhaps my favorite, and that is I don't have to worry about vacancies, right? So during any kind of a downturn, or if you have vacancies in the properties, if you own that property free and clear, okay, I'm not generating income this month. I'm not making my $600, $700 a month in income from that tenant. Okay, it's not the end of the world, right? A tenant turnover, a vacancy is not a big deal. But the beauty of it is that I'm also not paying a mortgage. So now the tenant is not there, it's vacant. Oh, and I still have to pay the $600, $500, $400 mortgage and insurance and taxes. So now I'm in the hole. And now it's coming out of my pocket. So having no leverage on the property means that, okay, no big deal. I'll get that tenant in there next month. Our property management team will have it leased up and ready to go in no time. But at least I'm not paying out of pocket to have that vacancy in that property. No leverage means you can ride out different downturns and problems in the local economy way better than if you've got a mortgage on the property. And the third, and one of the really scariest reasons to not have leverage on your rental properties, is banks. Banks can call notes due. The language in almost every loan, if you look at it closely, says that even if you're paying every month on time to your loans on your rental properties, banks can, without so much as a whisk in the middle of the night, say to you, you know what? We'd like you aggressively to pay this off immediately. A lot of these loans are tied to the stock market, and banks, if investors say they want certain things pulled out of banks, these banks, and I've seen it happen, can call notes due on investors and force them to pay off the full amount of the loan 20 years in advance. That's a huge problem. What if you suddenly have to pay, you've got loans on 6 properties, you now have to come out of pocket $500,000 because a bank in the middle of the night decides that they want their money, and you know what? You're going to have to pay it. Or you're going to have to end up going through foreclosure and you're going to lose those rental properties. So now those rental properties, the down payments you put on those properties in order to purchase them with the bank, gone. And so too are the rental properties. Those are gone too. And the bank gets those back because they're first position on that mortgage. So it is really important to pay attention to the fine print on your loans. And you're not going to be able to erase it. You're not going to be able to go to the bank and say, you know what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to scratch out paragraph 2, number 5, which says I don't have to pay this back if you want your money back. It's not going to happen, and they're not going to agree to it. So that's the third reason, which is banks can demand their money, and especially in a down economy, if that money is tied to the stock market, they can absolutely call those notes due, and you will be on the hook. There are a number of other reasons why I love owning my properties free and clear. Number one, you really get the tax benefits. You get the full cash flow value every month, the depreciation, all of those things that you get to claim as a rental owner are fully realized when you own those properties free and clear. Plus, when you own a property free and clear, you also then can pull money out of that property and buy more properties and snowball effect your entire portfolio. We have a whole video series here again on how to snowball and perpetuate your own portfolio in real estate. So the power of no leverage, it's how I personally like to buy my properties. And I know you may be saying to yourself, well, how do I do it? How do I do it? Well, there are a series of things you need to put in place in order to buy those properties free and clear. And we've got a great education here on the channel to help you do that. But again, getting those properties free and clear, there's nothing like it. If you can do it, you should work towards that goal. That's my personal opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Please, beneath this video, you can write up some comments and let us know. We will answer them as we do all of the comments here on our videos. And if you're not already a subscriber, click here, hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to have you watch every video that we publish each week. We publish them multiple times a week. We want you to go out there, folks, and take action, become real estate investors, and really build that legacy wealth that we talk about here on the channel. We'll see you next time, everyone. Have a good one.